Apple is the world's largest technology company, and for that level of success, it requires a great deal of hard work from the man heading it all, Tim Cook. Business executive and philanthropist Tim Donald Cook has been the CEO of Apple Inc. since 2011, just before the death of Steve Jobs, the man who was known as the face and name of Apple. Tim Cook was named the chief executive of the global brand. His long line of successes trails back to a committed lifestyle that prioritizes routine, hard work, and diligence. What's the most important part of the day for Tim Cook? How does he maintain a good life-work balance while taking Apple to the next level globally? Well, we're about to break it all down in the details of a day in the life of Tim Cook. But before we get into it, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and leave a comment. Now, let's see how Tim Cook manages to stay fit and roll out fitness gadgets that break the tech market with exceptional business acumen. Tim Cook is one of the world's most successful people, and he has recently been named as one of the top 100 most influential people by Time magazine. But there is very little known about his personal life. From interviews and other clues, we've been able to summarize what goes on in a day in the life of Tim Cook. One of the most important parts of Tim Cook's day is his wake-up time. When most people think about the work schedule and routines of billionaires and CEOs, they picture early risers that like to hit the ground running every morning, and that's almost an exact description of Tim Cook's mornings. He wakes up at 3:45 a.m., a time which many have condoned as ungodly. In fact, for some partygoers, that's the time they're just returning home. But Tim Cook is running a company that has an impressive global reach. It is only expected that he is up before the sun so that he can make the best use of his daytime. While this wake-up time isn't exactly what the doctor would recommend, Tim ensures that he gets the recommended 7 to 8 hours of sleep, but we'll get into that later in the video. After getting up at 3:45 a.m., Tim Cook starts looking through his emails, and the mere thought of his inbox size is enough to give any secretary or personal assistant a headache. But with great world-leading roles comes the willingness to put up with a heavy task load. For Tim Cook, the first part of his to-do list involves sorting through over 700 emails in his inbox after waking up. So while the roosters and Apple users are asleep, CEO Tim Cook is literally up and running before 4 a.m. Being an early riser and a fitness enthusiast, Tim Cook makes the best of his mornings by working out by 5 a.m. While at Apple Park, the corporate headquarters of Apple Inc., there is a gym that would make some fitness trainers cry for joy. Tim prefers to complete his daily workout at a private gym. Being someone who is conscious and highly protective of his privacy and personal life, working out at the Apple Park gym would put Tim Cook in a position that he actively tries to avoid. He would be watched by employees, reporters, and the paparazzi that's endless in California. So it's a smart choice to keep as much of his personal time away from Apple Park as he can possibly manage, while maintaining his role and fulfilling responsibilities as CEO. Tim Cook has explained that he seeks to achieve a basic level of privacy. When it comes to his fitness, Tim Cook puts in as much work as he does for the company. He typically exercises for about 30 to 45 minutes in the morning, and a picture of his Apple Watch stats after he had a run is enough to convince anyone that when it comes to his health and fitness, he is just as committed to being on top of his game. His keenness about being in good health and physical shape may be related to his misdiagnosis of multiple sclerosis back in 1996 after he experienced symptoms that were similar to the disease. He takes part in several charity fundraisers, including cycle races, to raise money for the cause. After working out for nearly an hour, Tim gets ready for the day at work. Although not much is known about his breakfast diet, he reportedly enjoys turkey bacon and can have a breakfast of sugar-free cereal, Go Fitness, with almond milk, scrambled egg whites, and bacon. On most days, he gets a cup of coffee from the local Starbucks near his home before driving out to Apple Park between 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. From his morning routine, it's clear that while Tim Cook may be a natural or trained early riser, he prioritizes his personal life before rolling up his sleeves for work, and that's important to help maintain great physical and mental wellness. Having about 4 to 5 hours to himself every morning helps him go into the day ahead with the right mentality and ready to tackle anything and everything that could come up. Tim Cook is the CEO of Apple Inc., and that should give him some leeway when it comes to his schedule, but he is as hardworking today as he was when he first joined the company back in 1998 as Senior Vice President of Worldwide Operations. 24 years and a CEO position later, Tim is one of the first people to enter Apple Park and one of the last to leave the office. Despite being very elusive about his personal life, Tim reportedly has a better reputation among the workers as opposed to the late Steve Jobs, who was often mentioned to be hot-tempered. Tim has a no-nonsense approach that lacks the volatility his predecessor was known for. During the day, Tim spends a lot of time in his office at Apple Park. He manages the global business from the Spaceship Campus, also known as Apple Park, where he is primarily responsible for Apple's international business. He reportedly works around the clock whenever a big project is about to be launched. He works hard, and he expects the employees to do the same, but never at the extensive time stretch he keeps at work. Although, he has been known to call for meetings spontaneously and send emails in the middle of the night. He also likes asking questions randomly to figure out if his employees have the mental capacity and point-of-action intellect to match up to his expectations. Tim Cook's approach to work may be extensive, but it definitely works for him. Under his leadership, Apple became the market leader in wearable tech and doubled its revenue and profit, leading Apple to become the world's first trillion-dollar company. While he is a no-nonsense boss, it can't be denied that he is fair and has a great employee-employer relationship with the Apple team. He is often spotted taking lunch in the food court at Apple Park with his employees. Whenever he has free time, Tim Cook likes to exercise and relax. On weekends and some afternoons when he can, Tim goes biking or hiking. Despite being a billionaire, Tim Cook lives a pretty frugal lifestyle. When compared to other CEOs in Silicon Valley, his expenses pale in comparison. The CEO reportedly rarely carries his wallet, although it's hard to imagine him needing to when Apple Pay was developed under his reign. As a very private person, Tim Cook keeps his life outside Apple very closely protected. Even searching for his home on Google Street View presents a blurred image. That's why it's quite surprising that there's not a lot of information about his evening routine. One thing that can be confirmed is that he goes to bed quite early in order to get 7 hours of sleep. Tim Cook is usually in bed and calling it a day by 8:45 p.m. Beyond trailblazing in the tech world, Tim Cook has also used his openness about his sexuality to create an easier path for others to come. He was the first and only openly gay CEO on the Fortune 500 list in 2014, the year he came out. In the Bloomberg editorial where he came out, he said, "We pave the sunlit path toward justice together, brick by brick. This is my brick." True to his beliefs, Tim has ensured that the company is more focused on users' privacy. He is also committed to achieving groundbreaking milestones in health and fitness, to the point where he once said, "I really believe that if you zoom out of the future and then look back and ask, what has Apple's greatest contribution been? It will be in the health and wellness area." Tim Cook is a hard worker. There is no disputing that fact. He gets up before the crack of dawn and works hard till the sun goes down. And there you have it, all that goes on in a typical day in the life of Tim Cook as he works hard at achieving success and being a trailblazer in the position of CEO at Apple Inc. Do you think you can keep up with his 3 a.m. routine? Or maybe you can consistently work out for an hour every day? Let us know in the comment section down below. Hope you enjoyed this video on Tim Cook's daily routine. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Want to be the first to see our next exciting video? Hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Until next time.